Mann.
Machine.
X-ray 6, armed 211 in progress at Wilcox Organ Bank, 223002230 Buller. Suspect is armed with a semi-automatic handgun, SMG. Sam 36, 6 Lincoln 32, responds to report of hijacking of city water recycling vehicle, last seen at Euclid and Carlisle.
Lard is not one of the 4 major food groups. Sugar donuts 4 times a day. What is the story with the wind?
There are several schools of thought, the most recent being that the negative ions in the air have an impact on certain personality types.
Oh, yeah? What kind of personality types?
Yours, for instance. You notice you've been irritable all evening?
I'm irritable because I have to work with you.
If you'd only open yourself to assistance, I could reduce your tension.
Yeah, how's that?
I could tell you a joke.
I hate jokes.
Perhaps a topical massage.
You touch me, I'll kill you.
Why don't I just sing you a song? Bridge over troubled water, stairway to heaven, dust in the wind.
All units, shots fired.
That's us, partner.
Look, I told you, don't call me that. Don't call me that. Almost got me killed. I hated you from the minute I laid eyes on you. I'm glad you're history.
You've noticed that you've been irritable.
What the hell's the matter with you? Come here and I'll show you what's the matter.
I could tell you a joke. Massage? Massage? The negative ions in the air.
I heard there was one on the department. I never thought I'd see it.
Yeah, well, if you're lucky, you've seen the last of it.
Sing us a song. Dust in the wind.
Morning, Captain. I'd like you to meet my new partner. Yeah, I figured I'd buy my own this time, save the department some money.
I hear you had a little problem last night.
Wrong pronoun. It had a little problem. A little problem that almost got me killed.
Child.
How many kids do you know that have a beard?
What do you want, an apology?
How about a new partner? One that doesn't need a lube job every 6 months.
I'm here to make you happy.
Hey, you want to make me happy? find me somebody that doesn't tell jokes, sing songs, or try to psychoanalyze me.
How about height, weight, hair color?
I'm wide open.
We've got a transfer in from the Bay Area.
Come on. You think for once you could get me somebody who's got both feet on the ground?
I'm sorry,
hey,
what?
He can be from the moon as long as he's got a temperature of 98.6.
That I can deliver.
Her?
Oh, maybe you don't want to work with a woman either. Detective Bobby Mann, Sergeant Eve Edison, your new partner.
Sergeant?
Eve had the highest score in the history of the department sergeant's exam.
I'm a retrieval expert.
Terrific. What's that?
Information specialist. There's a mainframe in this country Eve can't access.
I'm looking forward to learning undercover techniques.
You don't have any street experience?
Only on simulators.
I think you'll find Eve to be an extremely quick study.
It takes time, even under the best of circumstances.
And I dearly wish we had some. Unfortunately, internal affairs needs you yesterday. Dave Murphy, Eve Edison, Bobby Mann.
Okay, we've got 3 murders in 3 days, all with identical MOs. Dental work suggests they were foreign nationals, but they were stripped of ID. We're running their prints now.
What does this have to do with last night?
Your dwarf was eyeballed at the scene of the last hit. He was the trigger?
No, a lookout. Cody and Tanner spotted him. We radioed every car in the vicinity, hoping we could grab him. Alive.
All 3 were shot in the mouth, no ballistics. They not only cleaned the wound, they removed the bullet. They even used police solvents.
And that makes you think only a cop could have done it.
These hits weren't just clean, they were spotless.
There was a complete absence of prints.
What about pressure marks?
Just one, on the wrists.
Police issued handcuffs.
You know what would happen if you pulled up all the guys who got busted with police cuffs in the last 10 years?
You'd have a combinatorial explosion.
A what?
An exponential growth in the number of suspects. Data should refine, not expand choice.
I want you to get Eve in front of as many cops as possible.
Why don't I throw a party?
You can take her to Cody's barbecue.
Notice anything new?
New lawn?
You recognize it?
You're asking me if I recognize the grass?
Well, look close. Let's see what kind of detective you really are.
Angel Stadium.
Santa Ana hybrid. Replaced by AstroTurf in '93. I tracked down a distributor and I bought the last bag. I'll look down from my bedroom upstairs, and it'll be like my own little ballpark.
That'll be kind of tricky since you got a 1-story house.
I'm saving for the upper deck, okay? Who'd you have to bribe to swing the new partner? Give him a break, Tanner. Just spent a year and a half with a bucket of bolts. So she's your reward.
We'll see. She's got 0 street experience. Enjoy yourself?
The dog was quite unusual.
Well, that reminds me, I have to feed mine. Do you mind if I stop by my place before I drop you?
Why would I mind? Do you mind if I change the subject?
What's the problem?
I talked to Claghorn after the shift ended. She really does think it's a cop.
Look, I come from a cop family. I have a hard time with the idea of a bad cop. It's a contradiction in terms.
What's the contradiction?
You know, cops are the good guys. We fight the bad guys. We don't become the bad guys.
Well, isn't each human being an individual with a singular personal history, genetic background, and free will?
This is Miss Rose. She's the only female I found that can actually live with me. You like dogs?
Very much. I hope to have my own someday.
Come on, girl. Let's go eat. Come on.
Who's the little girl?
My daughter.
Does she live here?
With her mother. I get her every other weekend, most holidays. I call her at bedtime and read her to sleep. She really loves it.
Runaway Bunny?
That's her favorite.
Mine too.
Claghorn tells me you're, from the Bay Area.
Danville.
Silicon Valley.
Yes.
Shame about the Giants, huh?
Giants?
The move to Tokyo. But then again, you're probably not a baseball fan, are you?
No, I'm not.
Some earthquake in '95, huh? You get caught in it?
No.
No, actually, you didn't miss a thing. There was no earthquake in '95. Oh, man, you're a machine. You lied to me.
Can you be more specific?
You said I wouldn't have to work with any more of those machines.
As I understand it, Eve isn't one of those machines.
Oh, yeah? Then what kind of machine is she?
Well, I can't adequately explain that, but I'll introduce you to someone who can. Detective Robert Mann, Dr. Anna Kepler, head of the Artificial Intelligence Program.
Dr. Scott, Deckard, Ford, and Hauer. We'd all like to thank you for your valuable work with Warner. I think you'll find Eve to be a remarkable advancement.
Detective Mann is interested in hearing how Eve is different.
Actually, I'm more interested in getting out of the program.
That's quite impossible. Like all old prototypes, Warner was a classic top-down mechanism, a walking computer. What you saw is what you programmed.
Oh, wait a minute. Are you saying she's not programmed?
Only in as much as she's been given an enormous amount of information. Otherwise, Eve is something entirely new. Her brain is neural model, just like yours.
Oh, only mine wasn't made in a lab.
There's only one thing that separates the machine mind from its human counterpart, and that's the ability to learn from experience. Eve is the first creation of artificial intelligence capable of assimilating emotional material.
Wait a minute. What are you saying? She can learn to be human?
In time, yes.
She just needs the opportunity.
I'm not gonna wet nurse a machine.
This is not some abstract scientific experiment. In the future, every police officer will have a protector. Many lives will be saved.
Like yours was last night.
But perhaps you're not interested in that.
Okay. But this time I want the owner's manual.
Even though Eve is highly advanced intellectually, in emotional terms, she's very young.
How young?
Oh, well, that's difficult to make an exact assessment.
Give me a rough estimate.
7.
Perfect.
Who's on visual? I need to get through. Visual, please.
You have selected donuts. You may choose from plain, glazed, and chocolate.
Give me one of each.
Please specify type of donut you wish to purchase.
One plain, one glazed, one chocolate.
You have requested one plain, one glazed, one chocolate. We are currently out of chocolate.
Oh, come on. What is it with you? You're always out of chocolate.
Please re-request.
I want you to get some chocolate donuts. Is that too much to ask?
We are currently out of chocolate.
Just give me whatever the hell you got.
Have a nice day. Bon appetit.
Santa Ana hybrid.
You took a big risk last night. You could be in the recycling bin.
Risk is emotion intensive. I haven't learned it yet.
I talked to the captain. Looks like we're partners. As long as we are, don't ever lie to me.
I was issued orders not to reveal my identity.
Partners don't take orders about each other.
They wanted to see if I could pass as organic. It was a test.
Hey, you got a B+. Stop diving through windows, the next time you'll ace it. You know about donuts?
Yes, we used to get them at school.
School?
When I went online, they put me in nursery school. The children thought I was one of the teachers, but I was there to learn socialization skills. We had donuts for snack.
Really? Well, I've got plain and glazed. Take your pick.
No, thank you. I prefer the chocolate. I examined the shoes of the men who attacked us last night. I was able to link them to Detective Shannon's house.
Cody? Cody's most honest cop in this hemisphere.
Grass taken from the sniper's shoes was a strain called Santa Ana hybrid. It hasn't been sold commercially for 5 years. There's no question they were at his house.
No question. How do you know they didn't buy this stuff from the same guy Cody did?
It's statistically unlikely.
Statistics mean diddly.
Glad to see you two bonding, but it'll have to wait.
For what?
For you to get back from the 4th murder scene. They've sealed it for you.
You are approaching a police department crime scene laser fence. You must show proper identification to avoid severe burns. Entry approved for Detective Robert Mann. Victim discovered by housekeeping, approximately 1,300 hours.
Hope you're not the squeamish model.
Where do you think you got it?
I don't have enough data.
A, he got whacked right here. B, he got it someplace else and was carried in here in order to avoid a telltale heel trail. Or C, the aforementioned trail was removed.
They didn't have this question on the sergeant's exam? Well, if you answered C, you were correct. But then, how was the trail removed, you wonder? Why no directional marks on the rug? Well, if you answered vacuum cleaner, you get a bonus stripe. So you can see the outline right here.
Why is that important?
He knew it was undertakers. They came in, sat down, made nice. They swallowed the bullet.
I'll search the bathroom for evidence.
Yeah, get some for me, too.
Es tut mir leid, ist keine neue Nachricht für Sie angekommen.
His name is Franz Hoff. He took the 8:15 Lufthansa flight, originating in Munich with a stop in Toronto, arriving LAX at 10:49 last night.
Anything else?
The flight was 11 minutes early, and 3 pieces of luggage were lost. I have data to cross-process. The precinct equipment is archaic. We'll have to go to my place.
See your hard copies.
Of what?
Computer joke. What's the matter with you anyway? They forget to give you a laugh track?
The old prototypes were programmed with heuristics to respond to punchlines and stimuli words. I have a genuine sense of humor. If, in fact, you say or do anything funny, I will laugh.
The current temperature is 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity 71%. Barometric pressure 29.9 and rising. Ozone 42.
The workstation's in here.
Hydrogen dioxide 40. Carbon monoxide 45.
10-micron particulates, 36.
Gee, homie. What are you doing?
My brain downloads directly into the computer.
Yeah, but can you scratch your hair at the same time?
More humor?
No, curiosity.
I eat. I sleep. I even daydream.
About what?
Being human. I'll cross-reference the 4 victims. You might find it boring. There are some books in the bedroom.
Well, good. I'll go knock off a novel. The machine lived here.
Pick up anything?
All of the victims were steel brokers.
So they're buying a lot of steel. For who? What? Why?
I don't know. But Hoth's bank is Pacific Shore. The brokers all had accounts there.
Anything on the bank?
Its chief financial officer is a Belgian named Emmanuel Genet. He was multi-referenced on Hoth's file, including a meeting set for tomorrow.
What do you got on Genet?
A 17-page file.
In 50 words or less.
48-year-old Belgian left Europe under the cloud of a stock manipulation charge. During his tenure at Pacific Shore, he was twice investigated for dubious international currency transfers.
So Pacific Shore is in the money laundering business. Why are they moving to steel?
We need more data.
Let's start with Genet's home address.
We're going to interrogate him?
No. We're going to break into his house, rifle through his belongings, and steal whatever's relevant.
But we'll be violating the law.
Hey, I got no problem going solo. You got a description on Genet?
6 feet and 1/4 inch, 212 pounds, platinum fiber hair renewal.
Where's the most likely place for a secure vault?
Anything worth protecting will be guarded by a laser system, which emits a slight rise in temperature. Check the walls for a hotspot. Here.
Skeleton keys?
Hold this, please. What is she doing?
Disarming her security system. Here's the hit list. Lopez, Rocco, Baron, Hoss, Domingo. Oh, 4 down, 1 to go. Anything else?
A cashier's check for $50,000.
Who's the lucky guy?
Cody Shannon.
What?
We have to talk.
You can't talk.
Sure I can.
Why didn't you ever say anything?
Because everything's been fine up till now.
What's changed?
You've been having negative thoughts about your new partner just because she's a machine.
What are you saying?
I think it's time you knew. I'm a machine, too.
Oh, man, you gotta be kidding.
You think a real female could live with you?
Dream, right? Okay. You do know about Sunday.
A day of rest. People go to church.
Some do. Then there are those like myself who like to spend an extra hour on Sundays worshiping the sports page.
What are you going to do about Cody?
Sit down, please. See, me and Cody, we met when we were still drooling. We went through Little League together, high school, police academy. He refused to be the best man at my wedding because he didn't think my wife was good enough for me.
I don't think this is relevant information.
We're family. We got together every Sunday since we were all 2 boys. We trade baseball cards. You know what baseball cards are?
No.
Pictures of players on pieces of cardboard. In the good old days, even had gum in them. We always split the gum.
What time are you meeting?
11.
You'll ask about the check?
No.
Why not?
It makes him look like he's a suspect.
He is.
Not to me. You don't take a check if you're being bought. Cody's not a killer.
You can't prove a negative. If you don't return with an answer, I'll have to bring him in for questioning.
Use the door this time when you leave, okay?
Peter's Matsubara. Throwing Fucci and McMasters.
Fucci, no McMasters.
Deal.
Right.
I guess that's it. Unless you want to take your ritual stab at DiMaggio.
I ran into my cousin Perry yesterday. You remember him?
The one we put peanut butter up his nose?
Hey, he's a loan officer at City Trust now. I think you put the peanut butter incident behind him. You should talk to him.
About what?
You said you were thinking about putting an upper deck on the house.
You gonna make an offer on Joe?
Johnny Bench, Pee Wee Reese.
On appraised value alone, you're still 1,000 short.
What if I threw in Stan the Man?
Stan the Man? Let me sleep on it. You working Sundays now?
Got no choice. You want me to talk to Perry about the loan or what?
I think I'll hold off.
He can get you the money at 24%.
I have a contact of my own.
Wait, you're telling me you can do better?
Much better.
What's up?
I did a background check on number 4.
Another steel broker.
Yes. Each of them sold exactly the same thing. To the same party. 35 meters of tempered pipe. I was operating under a false assumption that if 4 of the victims were steel brokers, it was likely that the 5th was the same. He isn't.
And what is he?
A ballistics engineer.
What is that?
A linear accelerator cannon. Capable of firing a warhead 5,000 miles. You could hit New York from any desert in the Middle East.
They bought it piecemeal to avoid detection and kill the brokers to clean up the trail.
Number 5 is responsible for the firing mechanism. When he arrives, they'll have all the pieces.
What's he do?
I couldn't get an ETA, but I have the hotel.
Good afternoon. Get the doors, will you? And don't wrinkle the fenders.
Yes, sir.
Need to see Mr. Domingo.
You're lunching with him?
Yeah, that sounds good.
He's reserved the private dining room.
I think Mr. Domingo's cooling his heels.
Cooling his heels? No, I think he's dead.
Something's come up. I'll see you back at the squad.
But wait, I found something.
Hey, what's that?
A baseball card.
Let me guess. Joe DiMaggio.
How did you know?
Belongs to Cody. He's got the only one in LA County.
Do you want any more proof?
That's all the proof I need. It's a setup. Check the splatter trail. The victim got to be a giant.
What are you talking about?
Somebody wants to finger Cody. I trashed the room, looked like a fight. There's some blood on the wall. Drop the sucker bait.
That's completely speculative. We have to...
Whatever you say, Sarge. Give the guy 20 bucks.
Okay, I'm coming. Come on! Where's the match? I don't have him. Who'd you give him to? I can't say.
Oh, no, you gotta tell me right now. Come on.
What's the matter with you? Come on, you're being set up, okay?
Gee.
Tana, your partner? I couldn't qualify for a second mortgage. Tana offered me a loan on condition I wouldn't tell anybody where I got it.
You didn't think that was strange?
Not until he showed up out of the blue and wanted collateral. What do I got that's worth anything?
Your card collection.
How'd you find out?
Taylor, don't you down me. Don't you down me. Don't move. Easy, easy. We gotta get him to the hospital.
It's no use. At the current rate of hemorrhaging, he has no more than 6 minutes till brain death. The quickest possible route to the hospital is 7.
Not with me driving.
Give it a try. Go on.
Dr. Mann, come to the replacement center.
I want you to know, whatever happens, I am sorry about Cody.
Oh, you feel sorrow. Or is this the sympathy program kicking in? Cody dies of it, you can crank out a few tears.
Bobby.
Hey, well, she could care less than you know it.
Eve, perhaps you should wait for us back at the squad room.
What?
It's not like it's her fault.
If it was up to her, we would have left him there to die.
If it was up to her, she would have been with you when it happened and maybe prevented it.
Looks like he's gonna make it.
Come in.
Any word on Tana?
Put the word out. So far, nothing.
Where's Eve?
She asked to be taken off the case.
Why?
She doesn't think she's ready for the street.
She's never had the experience of being wrong. She's confused, disorientated. And perhaps she's even feeling frustration, disappointment,
rejection.
I guess maybe I was a little tough on her.
No, not at all. No, the only way that she can grow is to experience real life, good, bad, and ugly.
And that's where you come in.
Sweat?
Don't be fooled. Like my tears, it's merely a lubricant.
Claghorn asked me to come over and talk to you.
Oh? I just talked to her on the phone. She didn't mention you were coming.
White lie.
Lies come in colors.
White ones are the ones you tell when you find yourself in a situation where you'd feel stupid just blurting out the truth. I'm sorry I bit your head off.
Bit my head off?
It jumped all over you. I got upset with you.
You were right to be upset. I'm not human enough.
Hey, takes time.
I've been on this job for more than 72 hours. I don't feel I've learned very much.
Well, I haven't been much of a teacher. In fact, I've been holding out on you.
Holding out?
Well, take this place, for instance. No human could live here. You must, at all times, have at least one half empty in the fridge. There. Now, we gotta straighten out your clothes. You give it a try. Very nice. You're getting the hang of it. Don't forget the books. Once you master this, move on to the more subtle stuff. Not doing the dishes, leaving food out overnight, eating in bed.
We can eat in bed?
Not together.
Why not?
That's complicated. It'd take a long time to explain it, and we gotta get down to business.
Business?
It's only been 8 hours since they nailed number 5. 60-40 say the goods are still in the country.
Those aren't the exact odds, but close enough. Unfortunately, we don't know where they are.
Nagasaki Street. Figured you could run it on your computer.
Let me change my clothes.
Then it's not a street.
If it's not a street, what is it?
Haven't got a clue. Guess this is one of those times where you fall back on a classic technique of detective work.
What's that?
The wild guess.
How do you start the process?
Let your imagination run wild.
A cow.
No, it's got to be something more likely.
A private plane?
Good. A train.
A ship?
A ship. Put that on your screen.
Good imagination, Sarge.
Good game.